Hey, welcome back. I've got another unboxing video, and this time here it's something more modern. These ones here came out in pewter in the mid 2000s, something like that, and then were turned into Finecast. So a lot of people don't like Finecast. I'm also not really a huge fan, although I am going to say that over the years, the Finecast did get better. It just had way too many problems at the start. The first few years, really, were very bad. And, they kind of did that to themselves by not making sure the quality was there that they promised us. So, that's sort of my opinion on Citadel Finecast. It can be good, but it just left a bad taste in everyone's mouth, and it rightfully got shit on for that. So, you know, it is what it is. But with this case here, I already have 5 of these or 6 of these Banshees, and I wanted to get some more. I'm trying to get an angle here where this isn't so shiny. Let me just turn this down a little. Okay, it's best I can do, I think. So yeah, I wanted some more. I wanted to have at least 10 because I am doing my Eldar up into a 3rd edition force, and I've stripped everything. I want to do a new paint scheme on everything. So this is what I thought was just a nice find. Somebody was selling this that I buy from quite often. He had a good price, and I said, yeah, sure, you know what? The new ones are really nice, but I have these already, so this will be enough to fill out that unit, and they'll match. So I went with this. It is pretty cool art. I like it. I feel that this sort of covers what the Eldar are, with lots of, like, the skimmers flying in the background. And this is also the period before this comes from the period before we started getting all of the crazier units into 40k, like the Wraith Knights and stuff, and all the flyers being added. So a simpler time, which is also a nice memory for me. Inside the box, you get 6 Banshees, 5 of them plus an Exarch, and I think they're great sculpts. I think even as a Finecast, not perfect for material, but it is a nice cast, or sculpt, I should say. Lots of good angles there of the different, well, a good angle that's been chosen. I feel it really shows off their dynamic posing. I really like that they do look like they're dancing. The only downside to this period is that you do wind up with a lot of this. Although I can say it, I'm trying to say that, they have a lot of doubles, but even today you still see doubles, especially in these new plastic kits they're putting out that are not multi-part. They're kind of just like, one size fits all builds that you have to build a certain way, and you wind up with a lot of doubles, almost as if you're buying a start collecting box or something. And it's nice to have more poses than this. This is the only downside to this stuff, is that this is from the pewter age, so the poses were limited. I don't know about the new Banshees. Maybe they're more posable, less posable. I really don't know. I haven't seen them in person. So let's open it up. And right off the bat, I did get super lucky. I'm glad I bought this, because inside this box, if I can pop it open, there we go, I got a sprue. This one's got the Exarch. And then I got a sprue of weapons. But then this sprue, I got 2 of. So that's pretty sweet. I actually got 9 instead of 6. And yeah, I can't complain about that. I don't know if I have enough swords for everybody. Get out of that box now. Some bases. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 6 swords. I don't know if those 2 options on here would fit onto those extras, but worst case, I'm sure I can find some swords that'll look good in my bits box. I must have something, even if it's like an elf thing. So right off the bat, I'm really happy about that. I mean, having extras is always good. And it does mean that when I get my 10 all built up, I can sell off the extras, and I'll actually have enough for a little squad to sell, because I have, like I said, 6 right now, and this gives me 15, so I'll have 5 to sell to somebody at some point, and that's pretty nice. So the sculpts here, again, I think they're really good. When I looked at this, I don't see too many issues. There are some holes on this one here. Actually, I guess they have belly buttons, but this one looks like it has a hole right there. There's your standard flashing issues. But a stiff brush will get rid of most of that. They're really nice sculpts. Better as pewters, but most of the ones I have already are pewters, so it's okay that a few are going to be like this. Yeah, these are really great sculpts. This is the repeat sprue. This guy has the exact same issue. That means this was an issue with the actual mold, I'd say, because it's the same spot on her. And again, I'm not seeing anything too bad about these. This is what I mean. The stuff got a lot better. Like there's little bubbles and stuff sometimes, but it's not like the first few years where you just couldn't trust this stuff. You'd have to open it, and you know, as far as like I'm concerned, some people won't admit it, but even the pewters had little imperfections that you had to deal with and fill in. So it's part of the hobby, modeling, and modeling does require some repairs at times. You know, you'd still get a lot of this flashing on metals that you'd have to clean up. I've cleaned up enough metals to know it's not fun either way, but at least with this stuff, it's a little bit easier. Just a quick emery board over it. And here's the second unique sprue. Now, the models are not unique. They're the exact 2 from here, you can see. Or I guess they're slightly different. I think these ones here are the same, but there's one extra pose, it looks like. No, I'm finding it on here. It is on there. It's just, yeah. Okay, so yeah, these 2 are the same. It's just the Exarch that's different. And again, the Exarch is a really nice model. I'm still not seeing anything too bad on these models. Yeah, they look pretty good. Once I get these off the sprues here and cleaned up of all this extra flash and junk, I think these are going to look fine. And you've got some swords. A lot of cleaning on these. This is again, this is the problem with Finecast. It's stuff like this. It is a lot of extra work over plastic kits. This stuff here especially is a problem. GW really fucked up with this. You have to be super careful because you can easily snap the blade trying to clear this stuff off. So you got to kind of like take it all off and then get it off here and then slowly just kind of saw through it. You don't cut until you're really ready. But again, they look good. Nothing's standing out that it's going to be a problem. It's just a lot of cleanup. But again, emery boards will deal with most of this in 1 or 2 passes. Just a few seconds each. Even you know, a fairly stiff brush. GW actually sold brushes when this stuff first came out, and I ended up grabbing one for some reason. I think I used it for something else. I think I just like was dumb and bought a stupid brush from them for some reason. Like it was basically a toothbrush. Every once in a while, GW will put those scammy tools out, and I'll actually fall for them. I don't know why. Like that spray gun. Like it wasn't terrible, but it was not good either, seeing as they didn't really supply you any way to power it with there was no air to buy. At least not that I remember ever seeing. And here's the Exarch options. They're nice. Nicer in pewter, but still pretty cool. Yeah, so that's what comes in there. Not even a little booklet. When this was pewter, you would have got like a little booklet of GW models you could buy. I think all the fantasy ones I've opened have shown that the fantasy one is in there. And yeah, that's it. So 6 Howling Banshees, including their Exarch, except I got 9. Hard to complain about that. You know, not the kind of luck I wish I had, but if that's what I'm going to have for luck, it's better than nothing. And yeah. What do you guys think of these models? Are these ones that you remember fondly? Again, not talking the Finecast, just the models themselves. And if you still like to buy old stuff, like what is the minis you look for? Like what kind of minis are you trying to get? The older ones. For me, older ones that I'm looking to get tend to be like 2000 to about 2008. After that, half the time they're not really old anymore. They're, you know, barely out of production or they're still in production. But like 2000 to 2008, it's kind of that sweet spot for me for older minis. Nicely sculpted, but minimal details. I think that was kind of like, to me, the best period of GW minis. Not too hard to paint, but they still looked really nice. Anyways, that's going to be where I stop it. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.